and that too. And look, I mean, they're fun. Don't get me wrong. Like embracing debate can be fun, but it's like I said, it's like spicy food. I like spicy food, but I can't eat it every single meal. My stomach eventually. I got a pretty iron stomach, but eventually it's gonna be like, man, just get some chicken fried rice or something. You don't need a spicy ramen bowl every night for dinner, man. Like, I feel like I feel like quietly, like, society is eventually, Pops went on this, like, tangent about it. He was talking about how it used to be, like, in the 60s and 70s, about how everybody was fighting and there was, like, a lot of turmoil and everything. And then everyone just kind of mellowed out because they got tired of it.
Right.
And I feel like that's kind of where we're at. And, like, where we kind of want our sports to, I don't want to say regress, because that makes it sound like it's a negative
regress to the mean.
Yeah, that's what I mean. What I mean by that. Yeah, regress to the mean. Go back a little bit to, we don't need everything to be spicy. Sure, a little bit of spice is fun. A sport like a soundbite from Shannon or Dan Orlovsky or Stephen A. or Pat McAfee or Skip will go viral, or Colin Cowherd, and we can debate about it a little bit. But at the same time, we want maybe just 2 hours of what happened today. Just what happened in the world of sports without any hot takery around it. Just give us some stats.
You sound like you've been burning on this one, Nikki.
Well, no, quietly, I mean, yeah, a little bit. But, I mean, we work in sports media, so every day we're kind of inundated with it a little bit. But I'm with you, man. I mean, I miss just turning on SportsCenter and watching. Now, you need personality, and you need somebody like a Stuart Scott or something that'll make it fun. I'm not saying I want someone just reading a SportsCenter
right
for the whole day. But, yeah, I kind of miss when it was just fun and not all spice.
Well, we're a lot closer to that. I tell you what, we're also a lot closer to getting Dr. Patel in here. Like I said, it just occurred to me this morning that it's Philly and it's Jalen Hurts, and gotta see how he feels about that. See if his emotions are running high on this one. I'll take a quick commercial break, get a reload on 939 The Ville.
Main Street is calling your name. Down One Bourbon Bar is ready to be your lunchtime or happy hour destination. Located right next to the KFC Yum Center and one of the hottest spots on the Urban Bourbon Trip, Down One is the perfect place to kick back before the big game or concert. We're here to prove that what tacos can't cure, whiskey will.
This is Nathan Huber with ESPN Louisville. As a sports official, I'm always on my feet. I suffered with severe pain in my left foot for 2 years. Having been misdiagnosed by 2 other podiatrists, I was frustrated and not sure where to turn. I was fortunate to find Dr. Patel and his great team at New Horizon Foot and Ankle. On my first visit, Dr. Patel correctly identified my issue and started treatment that day. Thanks to his expertise, I am back on the field stronger than ever, and I can't thank his team enough. New Horizon Foot and Ankle, where innovation meets excellence.
Hey, it's Bob Valvano. Let me tell you about my fantastic experience with Ken J. Beener & Son HVAC, your trusted independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer. Just recently, they installed the new HVAC unit in my home, and I couldn't be happier. From start to finish, their team's professional, knowledgeable, and made the whole process literally a breeze. Thanks to Ken J. Beener & Son, my home is comfortable year-round. For top-quality HVAC service, I highly recommend them, so call Ken J. Beener & Son today. Feel the difference with American Standard.
Got scrap metal? Midwest Metals makes recycling easy. Step 1, bring your scrap metal to any Midwest Metals location. Step 2, we weigh your haul while you relax. Step 3, get paid. It's that simple. We accept copper, aluminum, brass, and lead at all our facilities, as well as steel at our Shelbyville and Lexington locations. For years, Midwest Metal has been serving our community and spreading the word about the importance of recycling. Visit us in Louisville, Shelbyville, or Lexington, or check out mwmcorp.com for more details. Midwest Metals, recycling made simple, cash made easy.
The weather may be cold, but that's no excuse to not work on your game and get some swings in. Head to 5 Iron Golf, outfit with state-of-the-art TrackMan technology and high-speed cameras. Sweat it out with a serious practice sesh, or tee it up at PGA Tour venues like Pebble Beach or Valhalla. There's something for every level of golfer. Hungry? Grab a bite from our terrific gastropub menu. Swing instruction and corporate event space available as well. Want to become a member? Check out our New Year membership deals at 5irongolf.com. 5 Iron Golf at 836 Market Street in Nulu.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Hi, this is Louisville football coach Jeff Brown. You're listening to the home of UofL Athletics, 93.9 The Ville.
Yo.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maben. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. Really, really quick.
We have Dr. Patel.
We have Dr. Patel. Dr. Patel, how's it going?
Hey, man, how are you?
I'm good. I don't know if you heard or not. It just occurred to me that Philadelphia is up next. Jalen Hurts may be a little banged up. How's your anxiety level going?
It's high. It's high, but I think let's see. I mean, today and tomorrow will tell. I'm hoping, from what he said at least, he not to me, but directly to the media, he's hoping he'll be on track to play. I think he'll be okay. Let's just hope he's okay. But I still got Philly in this one.
Okay, so this is what I'll do. Couple quick questions. Got a bit of abbreviated a segment for you. We know you're a busy person, got things to do. I got to ask you a quick question. Rust, week off. Louisville's on a 9-game win streak. Don't play till Tuesday. How does Dr. Patel, theoretically, are you a rest or rust person?
I'm a big fan of rest. I think the body needs time to heal, but at the same time, it's not complete rest. It's a functional rest. So you run drills and you run things that need to be run. Make sure you're staying ahead of the next opponent, but you do take the time, the TLC, to make sure you're taking care of yourself and mentally prepared for the next game.
It's funny, I'm thinking about the team. First thing you do is, especially when you got a little bit of a break, everybody, turns in their shoes. You end up getting your insoles taken out and, either put into new shoes or put them into the shoes you're going to be wearing around. So just like that foot care is like so underrated. It's almost comical to somebody who hasn't been behind the scenes, really just looking at team foot care. So where are you at? I'm sorry, caught a little bit of echo. Where do you stand as far as, the foot treatment immediately when you're about to kind of like go into a week off?
It's a good time. It's just like routine maintenance. If you've taken a long road trip with your car, when you get back from that road trip, it's a good idea to just, make sure everything's still working and check everything out. And if there's any maintenance that needs to be done, you take care of it. So it's the same thing with professional athletes and collegiate athletes. They put so much wear and tear through their feet, their ankles, their shoes, insoles. So getting that once over, making sure things are still, where they need to be. And if things need to be corrected or replaced, that's the best time to do it. Because a lot of these things, when we say we switch out the insoles, for example, you want them to be able to break that in a little bit during practice and not have their first time wearing it be in a game.
Oh, okay. Let me ask you this. When I'm watching this Louisville team play defense, I can't help myself. I always think about running over screens, how hard they're cutting. Is there any way to minimize like the blisters you might get? Is that an orthotics thing, or is that like a sock, double sock combination or anything to that effect?
It's very player dependent, right? So it really does come down to the individual, but it is, again, going back to the biomechanics. So how one player steps versus another player steps and what their foot type is and what their biomechanical tendencies. And when I say biomechanical, what I'm talking about is the way that their foot is positioned when they're placing weight on it, which very much is altered every time, especially in high performance environments where they're cutting and pivoting and things like this. So orthotics do play a huge role in it. It's the pre and after care that also plays a nice role in it, because you can start preventing some of this stuff if you're being disciplined in your pregame ritual and postgame ritual in taking care of your feet. Again, we go back to my favorite thing, which is the Epsom salt soaks, right?
Mm-hmm.
But orthotics really do play a key role in that. The type of socks you wear also play a key role in that. Some people have very sweaty feet. Some people don't sweat much at all. So these things all have to be taken into account and individualized to the athlete.
A type of way you run can be adjusted to avoid blisters. Is that a thing? So I kind of understand you.
Sorry, repeat that. The type of what?
Like, is the type of way you run and cut has something to do with, like, if you blister, and what else can you do to, like, prevent your blister and, like, foot care?
Yeah, so the type of way you run, how aggressive you are with running, and how your biomechanics and how your body kind of positions itself when you're cutting and things like that can be trained to help reduce issues at the foot area, such as blisters, corns, calluses, things like this. The bigger player here would be the orthotics, because you can offload some of these areas that tend to take a lot of pressure. So if an athlete is consistently getting a pinch callus, which is, let's say, on the outside of the big toe, which you see a lot in soccer players, especially, you can raise the orthotic in a certain area to help offload that area, but it has to be done. It's a little bit of a trial and error, and that's why you want to do it during off season or during practice sessions,
right? To
make sure it's not affecting the game and affecting the player's ability to have the confidence they need in order to perform the way they want to perform. So, and then yes, there is a lot of things you can do as far as treating the feet for blisters. The one thing I'll always say is the tendency is to go and pick it off. Don't pick it off, because if it's a deep blister and there was some bleeding associated with it, now you have a wound.
Right.
The skin that's on top is at least protecting that from being an open wound. The best course of action is always just to seek medical professional help, but you can do things such as using Vaseline and things like this, and triple antibiotic ointments, Epsom salt soaks, to help reduce the occurrence of these things and try and prevent them.
Okay, one recommended piece of advice. Again, it's cold. People are high intensity. Sports is picking up. All that good stuff. Give somebody one good piece of advice before we get you out of here.
Yeah. So the main thing is, when it's cold, we try to we almost stop being active because it's too cold. So I'll take the day off from the gym, or I'll sit down and catch up on my Netflix list, and that's not a great idea. Try to be active. Try to keep it moving. That keeps the blood flowing in the body. You don't have to necessarily go to the gym, but you can do a lot of exercises at home. You can, as long as you're staying active and keeping the blood flowing, you'll be in good shape. A lot of the times we see people getting sick because either they're a really highly active individual, and all of a sudden when it's cold outside, they shut down. That shocks the body, because the body's not used to that. Body's used to you going, 90, 100 miles per hour usually, and all of a sudden now you just shut down. And so, we want to make sure you keep moving and stay active, keep the blood flowing. These are all things that you can keep doing, at least while we get through this wonderful weather that we're having.
Dr. Patel, we do appreciate you carving out a few minutes. Go ahead and get back to it. Looking forward to talking to you next week.
Appreciate you, man. Have a good one.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That was Dr. Patel of New Horizons Foot and Ankle Associates. If it sounded a little bit sped up, people, it's a doctor. Dr. Patel has something important to do, so we just had to put a little spice on it really quick. And he's talking about the cold outside and staying active, which is a perfect transition for me to remind you that temperature control is and always will be one of the most valuable resources one could have. If you agree with that sentiment, then DFH Company is most certainly the company for you. Simply dial 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Make sure you look into the Mitsubishi mini split like the one we use here at the 93.9 studios for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. So here's the thing, people. In the second hour I'm gonna set this up, and after I set this up, I'm gonna give a couple of shout outs. In the second hour, this is what I want you to do. If you want to take this time to refresh yourself during the commercial break, and you don't want to be completely shocked at the emotion you're gonna go through, because I'm gonna take you on an emotional roller coaster of. See, I don't want to give it all away. I'm gonna take you on an emotional roller coaster, and I'm going to make you think about things you probably haven't thought about, and I'm gonna tell you something that you're gonna look forward to, and you're gonna be like, a whole new world. I mean, you're gonna have that playing in the back of your mind after I take you through our little roller coaster ride. Real quick, it's a couple of shout outs. One great, one not so great. Shout out, happy birthday, DJ Reg Miller, good sir. Happy birthday. We have to get together soon. Get me out the house, get me to the spot, or we can go downtown to the other spot and hang out with your lovely wife and all that good stuff. And maybe my kids and grandkids will come in town and we can all accidentally cross paths at Ruby's or something. So we'll put that on on deck. Also, want to share big time condolences. Judy Cowgill, everybody knows that name. Judy Cowgill lost her husband, Jim, yesterday. So I wanted to just, again, Judy was Coach Crumb's assistant, probably since he started here, you know what I'm saying? Not really, but you get the point. Long time assistant, long time, no bigger part of the Louisville family than Judy. So I wanted to just take, for people, hadn't heard, I'm sure you know who I'm speaking of. So if you reach out to her, I'm sure she'd appreciate it. Let her know she's in all of our thoughts and our prayers right now. So wanted to say that we love you, Judy, and be strong and all that good stuff. Okay, so Nikki, is there any bow tie that you want to put on it? Because here's the thing, my sports world was only missing Stuart Scott. Listen, my football team, when I'm chilling and I just stick a game up there, even when I stick a game up there that we lost, I'm frustrated with a couple of plays on defense. I'm frustrated with a couple of calls that we didn't get. When I go through a season outside of Stanford, I can watch every single one of my football games. Like my off season, I have 11 games. How many games did we play total? 13? We played 13 total?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Bowl game, yeah.
I have 12 games that I can watch without getting an upset stomach. That means Coach Brom set me up for a great offseason. I always have a good product to throw in during the summer. My basketball, I mean, and we're in the middle of it, not middle of it, kind of going, to the backside of my basketball schedule. But again, I probably can't watch Oklahoma. That one will probably give me an upset stomach. There's not another game on there. Depends on how we finish. I probably won't watch Tennessee or Oklahoma. Oklahoma for obvious reasons. Tennessee, I just felt like those cartoons where they had the caveman hit his wife and just drag her by the hair back in the day. Those ones that won't fly today.
Yeah, I was gonna say
those completely inappropriate cartoons. I felt like we were the woman and they were the caveman.
Yeah, I would throw the Ole Miss game in that mix too. There's 3 games I don't want to watch. Like I don't mind seeing them lose against Duke. I don't mind seeing them lose against UK. Like because those were good games. But
boy, you better be glad Steve is not here.
Yeah, well,
I bet you don't, Nikki.
Go on. Yeah, no, I don't get me wrong. I don't enjoy them, but I can stomach.
Yeah, I can stomach it. Right.
Yeah. But no, Ole Miss, Tennessee, and Oklahoma. I don't know. Oklahoma was tough. Like,
I just don't like the injury in it. So just
that's a good point. Yeah, the injury that one definitely kind of sours it. But yeah, besides that, it was a good matchup. But yeah, just Tennessee and Ole Miss are the ones I don't really want to remember.
Yeah, like I said.
I mean, the Oklahoma game was good minus the injuries. So yeah, the injuries I don't want to see again. But.
Can you watch the volleyball championship again?
Yes, because it was fun, and watching them win that what was it, the second set where they battled for like forever. That was awesome. And I mean, Pitt was Pitt. I mean, they were
Pitt.
They were great, and we didn't have Anna DeBeer, so you could take a little solace that maybe the ending would have been a little different if we'd had our best player, who was our best player the whole season, but. The team rallied and won that second set, and that was awesome.
Yeah, I think no matter what, again, I say this phrase: if we don't win our last game, I'll have the Anna DeBeer vibe to it. I'll say, hey, we would have won. Listen, Kason Pryor has gotten so much better at every opportunity that I'm going to have to blame anything that any loss on him not being there.
Yeah, right. You have an out.
He's the ultimate out for this one. I'll tell you what, this one because Dr. Patel was a little short, kind of threw it off. We'll take an early hour out break. You can go ahead and run that. But here's the thing, I'm gonna get loaded up on coffee and get ready to take you guys on a sports psychology roller coaster. It's gonna be fun. Go ahead and play me out, Nikki. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I can't wait. YouTube is up and running. The sound's good. Rolling along. 939 The Ville.
Looking to restore your smile with less pain, less cost, and less healing time? Dr. Reagan Ackerman of locally owned Freedom Mini Dental Implants brings 20 years of experience making smiles happen. Freedom Mini Dental Implants offers a fast, effective solution for dental implants without the long recovery or expensive surgeries. Freedom Mini Dental Implants uses small diameter implants to restore one tooth, multiple teeth, or bridges and implant-supported dentures. Financing options are available, so getting the care you deserve is easy. Visit freedomimplants.com and schedule consultation. Freedom Mini Dental Implants, get the freedom to smile.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win, breakaway, pick six, three-point shot, underdog win, buzzer beater, shootout, walk-off, and absolutely every play in between is amazing. From football to basketball and hockey to baseball, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 18 plus only. Must be physically located in Kentucky.
Goomer & Company offers a top-level jewelry buying experience with two master jewelers on site to custom create anything you have in mind. I went to Goomer for Ashley's engagement ring, bridal set, earrings, and custom engraved bracelet. The Goomer difference is present in every detail. There was no pressure to buy in Goomer's first-class showroom, and the good people at Goomer & Company were respectful of my budget throughout the process. Visit Goomer & Company at 225 South Hirschburn Parkway, and you'll see the Goomer difference is why Louisvillians have trusted this family-owned and operated business since 1971.
Your home is your fortress, and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7964 today.
Hey, it's Steve Rummage here. You've probably heard all about the new regulations that have hit the real estate market, making the process more complex than ever. And if you're not working with the right real estate agent professional, you could find yourself out of bounds fast. That's why it's more important than ever to work with someone who has proven their expertise. Like my good friend Josh Jarbo. Josh was recently inducted into the RE/MAX Hall of Fame and named one of Louisville's 40 under 40. This guy knows the game inside and out. Josh and the team at RE/MAX Empire are the seasoned pros you want on your side. They know how to navigate the market, make the right calls, and get you the best deal every time. So don't let a cut-rate agent make a rookie mistake and fumble your financial future. Whether you're buying, selling, or just need some mortgage advice, these are the folks you want in your corner. So here's the play. Call Josh Jarbo, 502-216-7590, or check him out online at joshjarbo.remaxempireky.com. And here's a special offer just for you guys. Mention you heard it right here on 93.9 The Bill, and you're going to receive up to a $5,000 seller's credit. I'll leave you with this. Top-notch service might seem expensive, but poor service can cost you a fortune. Don't settle for less than the best.
Josh Jarbo, principal broker owner of RE/MAX Empire and co-founder of Modern Mortgage A to Z, NMLS number 2256125. Each office is independently owned and operated. Modern Mortgage A to Z is an equal house lender.
Stronghold makes industry storage that outlasts the industry standard by a lot. And it all starts with an outstanding team. We're hiring welders, production associates, assemblers, and powder coat painters. Inside sales and HR coordinators, we need you too. You'll get competitive weekly pay, 401k, health and dental benefits, bonuses. Not to mention a legacy that'll outlive us all. Visit the career page on strong-hold.com.
This is James Strebel, and I've got a great recommendation for you if you're looking for the perfect place to catch the game with friends, 1020 Brewery. Whether you're in Butchertown, Anchorage, or Clarksville, their tap rooms are the place to be. I love their IPA, lager, and light beer. Brewed right here in Louisville for the flavor and drinkability and served fresh. And it's not just about the beer. 1020 also serves up top-shelf liquor, wine, and fantastic food with multiple TVs turned into all of your favorite games. College football, basketball, NBA, NFL, you'll never miss a moment. Game days are just better at 1020 Brewery. Trust me, you've got to check it out. 1020 Brewery, come visit us.
Introducing Vigilante Hot Sauce. Vigilante is an all-natural fermented hot sauce made locally in Louisville. Made with Fresno peppers, apple cider vinegar, ginger, rosemary, red onions, and peppercorns. Vigilante brings a balance of flavor and spice to your food. Available for retail at all 4 Value Market locations: J. Shepherd Cigar Shop, Spring Street Bar and Grill, and Highlands Bar and Grill. And listen to the UofL basketball postgame show for your chance to be the Vigilante Hot Sauce Hot Take of the Night. Vigilante, not the hot sauce you always wanted, but the hot sauce you always needed.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
This is Noah Ellison with Retirement Planning Solutions, your locally owned, independent financial advisory firm. At Retirement Planning Solutions, we strive to help you not only maximize your income, but also minimize your tax burden. It's not just about saving on taxes this year, it's about reducing your lifetime tax bill. Remember, not all money is taxed the same. It's not what you earn, it's what you keep. Our tailored strategies help you prepare for today and the future. To learn more about Retirement Planning Solutions, call our office at 502-499-5668 or visit us online at retirementplanningsolutions.com to schedule your complimentary consultation.
Retirement Planning Solutions, LLC is an SEC registered investment advisor. SEC registration does not constitute an endorsement of Retirement Planning Solutions, LLC by the SEC, nor does it indicate that Retirement Planning Solutions, LLC has attained a particular level of skill or ability. Retirement Planning Solutions, LLC is not a legal or accounting firm. Please consult with your legal or tax professional regarding your specific tax situation when determining if any of the mentioned strategies are right for you. Securities offered through Silver Oak Securities Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Retirement Planning Solutions and Silver Oak Securities are not affiliated.
The new year is a good time
Can
for
y'all
some
hear me
newer looking
right now?
carpets. Get your carpets clean like I did.
Can y'all
from
hear me
Zero
over the
Res
commercials?
Carpet and air duct cleaning. Zero Res's ZR water technology cleans your surfaces without the use of detergents or harsh chemicals, which means your carpet stays cleaner
Yes, no.
longer. Right now, get 3 rooms of carpet clean for only $109 and mention me or ESPN
Okay.
in Louisville, and you'll get a hallway clean for free as well. Easily schedule
It's
your
usually
clean online
muted
at
during commercial breaks.
ZeroResLouisville.com. That's
At least I know I got a hot mic.
Louisville.com.
Thanks for telling me. I'm glad I checked.
When it comes to decorations around the house, guys, let's face it, we normally don't have strong opinions. But what if there was a specific idea that you wanted to bring to life?
Going to
That's
break.
where
Talk about,
KPG
I'm sick of
glass
this
comes
shit.
in. How about an etched photo for the back of your bourbon bar, or a mirror in the shape of your favorite team's logo or mascot? If you can envision it, KPG can bring it to life.
Talking crap
KPG
about
does
everybody.
everything from residential glass repair and replacement all the way to commercial construction for storefronts. That's KPG Glass. Visit kpgglass.com.
Hey, Cards fans. Do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief
Next Wednesday.
fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472
My dad is down in Atlanta bugging out.
or visit
He's like,
them
I should have
online
stayed down in
at
Florida. And that look,
ralouisville.com.
and it's snowing down in
And
Florida
be sure
too.
to tell them Marcus sent you.
Men, the new year is
Can't-
here.
can't
If
hide.
you're like many of us,
Is
you're
anywhere
going to make
warm
a
right now?
resolution to improve your health. But if you're feeling sluggish and low energy, if your sleep patterns are off, if you've been working
Damn,
out
what
and
we
aren't
gonna
seeing the
do?
gains you used
Aaron
to see,
Glenn is going
making
to
that
the
resolution
Jets.
may not be so easy. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you're feeling the way I just
Aaron
described,
Glenn
we can
really like
likely help you
Jalen.
with that resolution. Because
Gosh
those
darn it.
symptoms probably mean you're suffering with low testosterone. And at Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating this condition. With our low T protocols, if you're like most men, the change will astound you. You'll feel more energy and better
Dang,
mental
Detroit done
clarity.
lost
Your
both
sleep will improve,
coordinators.
your workouts will be better, and you'll
What
likely
we gonna
find your sex
do?
drive goes up as well. So call us today and get treated for your low T. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to Tri-State Men's
Oh,
Health.
y'all want to hear something funny?
That's TriStateMen'sHealth.com. Tri-State Men's
Before
Health.
we get back on the
Men's
radio,
Historical
I'll say this to y'all because I don't feel like pissing the world off.
Do your old floors need help? Hi.
What's gonna
I'm Doug
happen if I
Forfeit.
get on the
Forfeit's
radio
floor covering
and start
keeps a
saying,
variety of products in stock
would y'all
and
take
can
Chucky
install
Hepburn
your
or
flooring
Dewan Wheat?
quicker than ever. We'll bring samples to
One
you
season.
and suggest the
One
best
season
solution
only.
for your lifestyle and budget.
Chucky Hepburn or
Call me on
Dewan
the
Wheat?
cell phone, 643-6111.
Just,
I don't want you to be okay
just
with
get
it.
everybody all worked
I want you
up.
to love it.
Like, you know what? I mean, 1 year.
Hey, everybody, we just got word that
Chucky?
Tailspin Elfest is cleared for takeoff
I
at
mean,
Bowman
let's look
Field
at
on Saturday,
percentages.
March 1st, 2025.
He has the assist
More than
record.
70 breweries pouring
Dewan
more than
probably had more
250
around
beers,
him.
rare brews, live
Right.
music, silent disco, and much more returns. Tailspin tickets, again, they make
BJ
great gifts,
Flynn
discounted tickets plus save
or
the
Rain
online
Smith.
fees for general admission and VIP tickets at one of our 3 pre-sale events. Learn more at tailspinelfest.com. That's tailspinelfest.com.
Brad, I saw the funniest
The
little
official
meme.
broadcast partner
It was a
of
dude in a
UofL
full ski.
Athletics. WLCL
What'd you say, Nikki?
Sellersburg is
Okay, let me
93.9
shut up now.
Bill. Powered by Sam Aguiar Injury Lawyers. Hurt in a car? Call Sam Aguiar.
Make it taste good. Oh no. That would be one Kentuckiana Pump Sales for every home, building, business, or municipality that all rely on the movement these pumps provide. People, at the moment you need a water or sewage pump, you should be thinking Kentuckiana Pump Sales. They're like our first responders or essential personnel. Over 36 years of experience, best service, fairest possible price, and is right over in Jeffersonville, Indiana. People, go see Harold or go see Mark. They'll find out exactly what you need. Utility, sump, affluent, grinder, sewage, anything you need. 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, of course. Or you can give them a call, 812-725-9217, or simply visit KentuckianaPumps.com. I'm going to make individual statements as I go down this road, because each of these individual statements are what made the story for me. Okay. And feel free to jump in when an individual statement touches you emotionally in this conversation. We only have 11 games left of one of the funner seasons that you could have ever experienced, especially having the hurdle, the early season hurdle, the early season gut punches of the I words. Here you are on a 9-game winning streak, and you only have 11 games left. So think about that and let that sink in for a second. 8150-939 is the number. Now, Nikki, imagine this.
I'm listening.
You have 11 more games to get better under a coach who you have seen every aspect. You went from being worried that free throws were going to be your downfall and the reason you didn't make the tournament, or the reason you didn't, reach the success that you were hoping you could reach. You watch free throws change. You went from almost being non-existent in easy buckets or shots around the basket, or you went from everybody saying we either going to have to get an inside game, we're going to have to do something to get some shots around the basket. That was in like the first 6 games. You still have 11 more 40-minute games. You're watching Traore, James Scott, Kenai Ruth. I'm talking about the talented guys, the physically gifted guys. You're watching. I don't mean any disrespect by saying the back end guys, how much the younger guys, how much they are improving game by game. Like, you can't tell me the timing of James Scott pointing up, letting them know, listen, I'm going to catch it, even if I come down with it. The shame that I might have said this yesterday. I loved the shame that James Scott had when he missed that little halfway alley-oop, reverse shot. He was like, man, that was a good pass. I screwed that all the way up. Okay? So when you look at basketball like that and say, we still got 11 40-minute games to improve with James, Kenai, get more comfort out of Traore, work on execution, some more, imagine if we've ran 30 sets and Coach Kelsey has another 160 in the bag, just waiting to unleash them. He's had Rain Smith. People have been drawing up plays or leverage to stop Rain Smith under Kelsey for years. You think he hasn't seen everything? You think he can't manipulate an entire defense without a Chucky Hepburn? He's been doing that with Rain Smith and winning championships doing it. 11 more games to get better before you even start the conference tournament. Before you even start a conference tournament. Okay. Now, do you realize Kentucky was 10 games ago? To some people, Kentucky felt like a different season ago. Would you agree with that, Nikki? Would you agree most people don't even you all you remember is that you lost and it was a decent game and you felt like you were shorthanded? That was only 10 games ago.
Yeah.
Look at the difference you are between 10 games.
I feel like if you ask the majority of Louisville fans, they'd want to run that one back. And in the darkest pits of their heart, I think the majority of UK fans would be a little
ask them
confident, but worried.
Ask a Louisville fan, how much better are we as a team now than we were 10 games ago? Let me do this, good people. That was December 14th. We lost to Kentucky. What did we do? You remember the feeling of going the next game was Florida State. Oh, God. Not those Giants. I mean, they're not great, but they're always a problem. They're long, athletic. Oh, golly. Ole Miss, we lost. Duke, we lost. UTEP. People don't even remember. We beat UTEP Miners by 3 points. Only 3 points. UTEP at home. Remember how your stomach was when you lose to Kentucky. We moral victoried that a little bit. Then you went to Florida State and you beat them. You beat them by what, 14? You beat them good. You beat them really good. That wasn't late, but you beat them really good. You come back. Do you remember what happened next? If you're not following along with me, I just want you to remember the emotional roller coaster. You get that good win down at Florida State. You come home, you're like, whew, you got Eastern Kentucky. But if you listened to Maben before Eastern Kentucky, I say, and this is a Mabenism, in-state schools are not the same as Pittsburgh playing Eastern Kentucky. I think that was one of the comparison games I had. I said, listen, throw the record books out. If you're in Kentucky and there's a second word in the school name that says Kentucky or more, if they're from Kentucky, they're going to give a different level of fight, of effort, of concentration. They're going to be so much tougher to beat, which was so healthy for us to get that Eastern Kentucky 2-point win. Really had to dig deep, lock in. Eastern Kentucky had it rolling. They had the veteran scorer, little mid-range guy. Man, Carolina comes in town. You beat them by 7, 13 actually. You beat Carolina at home by 13 points. Now you got attention. Now you've let go of the Duke. You've probably let go of the Kentucky, the Ole Miss. You're kind of like, okay, we're in conference. I got a Florida State and a UNC in conference. In conference. Then I go down and bust Virginia in Virginia. And they don't look like they could beat us if it was 140-minute game. So I don't have to go game by game. But again, if you just listen to it, you lose to Kentucky. You go beat Florida State by 14. Eastern Kentucky, game winner Noah Waterman. You bust North Carolina by 13. You bust Virginia by 20. You bust, 10 points is busting. You bust Clemson by 10. You go on the road to Pittsburgh and catch them by 4. And here's the thing. That 4, that was a comfortable Chucky Hepburn at the point 4.
Right.
Syracuse, 14? No, 24. 24 and Syracuse.
And I will continue to point this out. They held J.J. Starling to no points in the first half.
Just like you did Miller for SMU. Booby Miller.
Yeah, he hit like a 3 late.
Might have had 2 free throws at the end of the half or something like that. Come back. You know, Virginia wants their get back. No haps. You get them by a good 13, 14. Those are strong wins. And then it's SMU. You cracked the top 25. You got a number. You reversed from being hunted. So again, your 9-game win streak and the improvement you've seen, you haven't seen one game in the 9-game win streak, unless you say Eastern Kentucky. But I don't know. If you erased the names, well, that didn't really count because Eastern Kentucky gets a boost, kind of a cheater code boost playing Louisville in Louisville. But you didn't see a regression from Florida State to Eastern Kentucky. I just think you saw Eastern Kentucky inspired. But you've gotten better throughout the 9-game win streak. You've gotten better. You've gotten tougher. You've gotten more efficient. And again, Kentucky was only 10 games ago. 11 games moving forward. Now here's the thing. I started thinking that. And then I started saying, from the beginning of the season, I'll ask you, Nikki, because you'll represent the masses on this one. What player has improved the most from the beginning of the year, in your opinion? 8150 93.9. Feel free to jump in on this one. What player has improved the most?
I think I might go with Terrence Edwards. Because I mean, first off, he found, and I know he was kind of in a bit of a shooting slump against SMU, but was shooting his way out of it. But he found a scoring touch that was lacking a little bit in the beginning of the season. I felt like he was, I think you pointed it out, he was kind of dribbling a little bit too much, and he seems a lot more efficient with the ball on the offensive side. And we've seen him go off for some pretty good offensive performances, but he has become, I mean, Chucky gets all the roses on defense with good reason, but he's become an ardent defender too. I mean, our backcourt is solid on defense. So I think I might go with Terrence. That might be my pick. I would say Traore, but like the injury and the, kind of start-stop,
Right.
with him this season, I don't know. But yeah, I think I would go with Terrence. That'd be my pick.
Grab that phone real quick. And to Nikki's point, if you tell me, Marcus, Terrence Edwards Jr. has made the most progress, I wouldn't say it was because of scoring. I'd actually say it's everything except the scoring that he's made the most improvement at. If I were going to make the case for Terrence Edwards Jr., it'd be everything except his scoring, because I think his scoring was there. There's one thing I would add to the scoring. Terrence Edwards in the beginning was like a running back that's fast.
Dave, then Kevin.
that runs to the sideline. It drives me crazy, running backs that run to daylight. Once they start realizing dead leg and vertical, they're going to be an explosive running back. It's like the light comes on. Terrence Edwards stopped trying to shake people and started attacking the angles in the scoring department, but he already had all that scoring stuff. So I don't even feel like that was the improvement. Listen, one or two little, I think his offense just got a little tweak, but it was always there. But that ball handling, his ball handling efficiency and defense, I could make that case with you. You say who we got first? Dave? Dave, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, Edwards is a pretty good guess, and he's on the short list. But to me, it's James Scott. If you simply watch whether he's doing something on a possession or not, the fluidity that's in him now, the court vision. He's a terrific passer. People don't really notice that, but he'll come down on a break, and find somebody in the corner or whatever. I think he's just going like leaps and bounds.
Is it his basketball IQ growing the most?
Yes, exactly. And Kelsey talks about he's a student of the game, and Scott will even talk about that when he's interviewed after the game. Just how much he just works on the game and thinks the game, and you can see it. I can't imagine this guy in another year, even, or even the rest of this year. I think he's one of the keys to the team right now.
Let me ask you this question: who do you think will improve the most in these last 11th games? I'm saying if you take today and game 11, the last game of the regular season, who do you think will make the biggest jump on this team?
Okay, just because of our past history, Marcus, I'm going to say that it's going to be Noah Waterman when his thumb's good.
Fair enough, good sir.
All right.
I appreciate the call. I'll take that one. Listen, we'll get down to Noah Waterman. Nikki, I don't know if you. Oh wait, we got another one on the line. I think, Nikki.
Yeah, we do. I think it's Kevin. But a texter came in and said Terrence Edwards didn't get better; he got more confident. I thought that was a pretty good text. I think that that kind of speaks to your running back analogy too a little bit. I like that.
I'll spin the block back to that one. Confidence. Kevin, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away, Kevin.
Hey, good morning, Marcus. Well, first of all, it's Ted. He misunderstood me, but that's okay, man. That's okay. As long as it's not Richard, I'm fine. Now,
fair enough.
Really, man. You asked me who's improved the most, and my God, I look around, and there's a lot of candidates that you could say. I even agree with the last caller with Scott. Man, I look at Rain Smith, and he's been good all year, but I look at him now, and his shot is so confident. It's unbelievable the way he catches the ball in transition and can just fire up from way deep. But Traore, it's the whole team. I'm 52. I've been with this team.
If you were Brian Hall, I'd be barking at you right now. I was saying the whole team.
I know. I am so in love with this team, though, and I'll tell you why. Because just like everyone else, it's been so dark for me the last 5 years, and when we brought Kelsey in. I was originally happy. I was just happy to be moving on.
Yep.
Okay. I didn't know much about him. I loved his energy, but man, he knows the game. And our team is they just completely have my heart, and they're getting better and better and better all the way around. I look at Traore, and I agree with Waterman. I see,
I'm not gonna listen. I'm not gonna let you off the hook. You're gonna have to give me one.
Okay, look, I'm gonna have to go with Scott. I'll tell you what though, I see Kennard Roots come in and do some amazing things, and defensively all the way around. I'll tell you what, man, Hepburn's defense. But I'm gonna have to go with Scott. I'm gonna have to go with Scott as far as the most improvements. The way he moves, the way he passes, sets picks, gets back open, and his defense down low. I'm gonna have to go with him overall. But man, I truly believe this entire team has bought in, and I see improvements from all of them. And I agree with your analogy. Man, 10 games ago, and I was proud of that game 10 games ago. But so much better. And, yeah, I'd love to run it back. I'd love to run it back again. I would. I'm just really proud of all of them. Like I said, man, I'm 52. I've been following this team since I was 6 years old, and this is one of my favorite teams. It truly is. It truly is.
Listen, man, Ted, I do appreciate the call. Listen, I know my question was torturous for you.
I called you Kevin, Ted. My bad.
Oh, no big deal. No big deal. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with James Scott.
Listen, I appreciate the call. Isn't it great when a question like that can torture somebody? And just to spin back around to the Terrence Edwards Jr. thing. Here's the thing, and this is kind of it's kind of just a linguistic issue for me saying James Edwards Jr. Terrence James Edwards Jr. Terrence Edwards Jr. is already been confident. So I might not use that word as far as, just learning his role and responsibility. You know what? It might be confidence. Like you know what? I won't steal that one from you. His confidence in improving. But yeah, I think the confidence in knowing how he can affect the game in so many other ways instead of the James Madison scorer way. Like, I'm not saying he wasn't a complete player, but like it just seems like, again, from my limited experience of him at James Madison, his level of buy-in here is just ridiculous. Debbie on YouTube says, Terrence Edwards Jr. for sure is the most improved. Like I said, I'd probably just try to, word salad you and say, yeah, it's like I said, he's just gotten more effective or affecting the game in more ways. So like I said, I could easily make a case that Terrence Edwards Jr. is the most improved. Now, James Scott. If I'm making a case for James Scott, I might cheat. I might cheat and say, well, he getting some minutes at this level, and he's getting minutes at this level, and he's getting stronger, and he's getting a little bit more of his man body. I might be able to easily say all the stuff that he's doing now, all he needed to do was get some balance about him. Get his butt down. Realize how physical you have to be on a nightly basis. Because I don't know if I'm seeing things that he couldn't do. So I would probably, if you said the most improved guy on the team, I'm probably making a bit of his on the court effectiveness. If that's the definition of improved, it'd still probably be Terrence. But I think you need James Scott. I know James Scott is a thinner position than our wing. So
that's a good point.
So you really need James Scott's improvements are more noticeable because you need him to be out there as much as humanly possible. Terrence Edwards Jr. can go 2 of 14, and you win by 20. if James Scott doesn't play, ooh, you might be in a dogfight with anybody. Without the lob threat around the basket, I mean, was I going to have Frank out there guarding big boy for, the whole game? Not that Frank, listen, and defensively, Frank started at Georgia some games. So he's not chopped liver.
A couple of texts came in that Frank's given good minutes. And
he's absolutely.
You could make a case for him, too. Like, that's fair.
Not for most improved.
No,
he's improved. He's improved a lot.
Yeah, I don't think he would win, but I'm saying like I think it's a two-horse race with Terrence Edwards Jr. and James Scott. But if I were to fill out like the ballot and put 4 choices on there, like on Twitter, I'd throw Frank Anselm on there, like just because he's giving some good minutes as of late. But no, to your points about Terrence and James Scott, like but he is getting some love on the text line.
The funny thing is, if this were gambling, and I could get odds, right? If I could get some odds on who will be the most improved by the 11th game from here to the end of the season, if I could get those Vegas odds, those plus 1,500 odds, plus 2,300 odds, I might throw him in there. Because
I got a question. No, finish your point. No,
I was going to say,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
Listen, he's one of those almost guys, right? You got to dunk that. You got to finish that. I always say this, all he needs is one. All he needs is one. I felt like that with Rain early on in the year. Just get a couple of them go down. Noah Waterman, you get the right shot to go down, you're not missing for the rest of the year. You're feeling it. He needs one alley-oop. He needs one dunk putback.
Trying to get him one in Syracuse.
But to the point, it looks like they're trying to get him that one. It looks like they're intense. Listen, normally they wouldn't be trying to get him the ball. It looks like they're intentionally trying to get, because he probably has a story like in practice he's getting a couple. He would not be playing more minutes if Coach Kelsey would be going with Kenai Roots and James Scott in big lineups or whatever. Like, he's not scared to go small or athletic or fast. Frank, like I said, if I had those good Vegas odds, and Marcus, no way he'll be the most improved. Let's just fill this one out. But yeah, James Scott, again, I wouldn't call it improved. I mean, he's definitely improved, but his effectiveness and his strength, he's just getting stronger, and he knows this coach's system. He knows his coach's system. And then I have to have this conversation. Where does Hadley fit on that? Or did Hadley just start using the glass?
Yeah. He's been pretty steady all year. But
he's just been steady all year, huh?
Yeah, I think that's almost, if we're talking about most improved, that almost kind of plays against him a little bit. But he has improved too. Yeah, like you said. I mean, you were a little critical of him not using the glass as much.
A little
earlier in the year. Yeah, okay. You were very critical of it.
No, I was kicking him off my team on a daily basis.
But you've always been critical of
I kick everybody off. Yeah, you know what
I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, don't take it personal. I kick everybody off for not using glass. So here's the thing. Go ahead.
Two players that I want to get your thoughts on. One, does Rain Smith deserve some discussion in this argument? Because, I mean, Coach Kelsey always knew he could shoot. I mean, he broke 3-point records at College of Charleston twice. Like, he broke his own record there. I mean, he was always able to shoot, but he wasn't knocking him down as consistently at the beginning of the year. And now he is the best 3-point shooter in the country. also, he was serviceable on defense early on, but I feel like he's improved on defense as well. Like, he's not a Chucky Hepburn, but his ability to keep a guy in front of him, his footwork is, I mean, we can make the jokes, but not bad. I mean, he's not a liability on defense. He's not as much of a liability on defense as maybe some people initially would think he would be. Suburban athletic, as Skip
Listen,
would say.
There is.
But,
I'm sorry, Nikki.
No. Go ahead.
Okay. There is a famous all-state tight end turned assistant basketball coach. And to quote this former all-state tight end turned assistant basketball coach, he said this to me, and it's always applied. Says, Marcus, I've been white my whole life. Rain Smith knows exactly how to cut off, to make anticipation steps to be effective on the defensive end. The help of this team is what makes the individual defender so good. Here's the thing, and I'm glad you brought this up. Nikki, do you know that Coach Kelsey, the commentators during the game said to Coach Kelsey, he didn't think Rain Smith's success would transfer the same way, right? Or not transfer as well, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, this team to me is like validating so much of some things I say on radio with passion. You know what I'm saying? It's the reason. Look, just to revisit the Andy situation, the reason the we should win grinds my gears so bad. We should win this game. We should win that game. Here's the thing. There are so many. Imagine if you watched, if Marcus Maben watched a College of Charleston game last year, right? And College of Charleston was about to go play Kentucky, whatever star-studded roster you've seen. And I'm looking at College Charleston, I'm like, they got a couple of dudes that's a problem, right? Oh, Marcus, no way. You remember when Kentucky was about to play Oakland, right? And I was saying, dude, they got 9 seniors on that team. They got 9 seniors and the best shooter in the country. You think that team can't beat anybody? Normally, it's just like Ohio State or Alabama. It's the third big is why you can't beat them.
Yeah, the depth.
Yeah, the depth at the center position or the depth at the 6'9" athlete position is such a small it's a small reason that the big blue blood school beats all these well-coached, senior-laden, quote-unquote, what do you call them? Mid-major, right? The reason I say there's 2 or 3 dudes on Cleveland State that will tear somebody a new one at Louisville. And we watch it year after year after year for 20 years. First thing I do, go see how old they are, right? So for me to watch a team full of mostly, I won't even say mostly, Colorado has been kind of mid. Chucky from a baller school, Case and Pryor, mid. You know what I'm saying? Boubacar, mid. Rain, mid. James, mid. I'm saying, no, these mid schools, there's not that much difference. A good coach, senior-laden, mid-major school is a problem until the big blue blood goes to their backup center. You only College of Charleston only has James Scott. Some other school has, three bigs and two big wings.
Right.
So for me to watch this with my own two eyes, I'm like, yeah, that's why yesterday I said we're missing one to be full blue blood with the depth. If you got the coaching and you got the nucleus of good, unselfish, know your role guys, you're as good as any big time blue blood. Like I said, you're two or three players. That's the only place the difference is in these teams. And Rain Smith, I'm saying shame on you, coach. Somebody that can shoot like Rain Smith is going to be able, again, if coach didn't think Rain Smith was going to step up on defense, or, he thought there was, just some little thing that he might not be able to adjust to, okay. But for the most part, a Rain Smith is going to be, like I said, if you saw him on any team, you'd be like, damn, that dude killed us. On any team, blue blood or Oakland. You can shoot from anywhere on the court. You can shoot from anywhere on the court.
Is it Jack Golke?
Yes. He was actually number 2 to Jack Golke. Why don't you think Jack Golke could tear somebody up? And again, I listen, you can tell that's been a fight of mine. It's been a fight of mine since I've been in college. You know what I'm saying? Just stop disrespecting these mid-majors. They just don't have the extra depth at one or two position, the one or two extra players when you get in foul trouble or when you get tired. Your practices at the Blue Blood are a little tougher during the year. Our biggest problem at Kentucky in football is, they're practicing against the SEC, and when I say practice, they're practicing getting beat up on in the SEC all year, which makes them a little tougher for Louisville in some of the recent years. And that's an advantage. I'll tell you what, soapbox over on mid-tier. We're going to finish up with the biggest improvements, and who will make the biggest improvements throughout the last 11 games. Quick commercial break. Last commercial break. Middays with Marcus Maybe, 939 The Ville.
Hey, Cards fans. Do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
Tech-savvy professionals delivering equipment, technology, and service for all your office, network, and print communication needs. Look no further. High-quality office equipment, print, and IT solutions at fair and transparent pricing. That is Duplicator's commitment to you. Your tech-savvy office equipment and outsourced IT professionals can simplify your daily work process wherever you find yourself working with world-class network business machines and solutions from Ricoh and Savin. And that commitment continues with their commercial print and mailing division, Derby City Litho. Check out the Ricoh Pro C7210 graphic print system providing superior color output. Duplicator Sales, Derby City Litho, Corporate Mailing Systems, Ricoh and Savin. Call them at 502-589-5555 or visit them online, duplicatorsales.net, or at their store, 831 East Broadway, Louisville, with offices in Elizabethtown, Lexington, Paducah.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Hey, it's Steve Rummage here. You've probably heard all about the new regulations that have hit the real estate market, making the process more complex than ever. And if you're not working with the right real estate agent professional, you could find yourself out of bounds fast. That's why it's more important than ever to work with someone who has proven their expertise. Like my good friend Josh Jarbo. Josh was recently inducted into the RE/MAX Hall of Fame and named one of Louisville's 40 under 40. This guy knows the game inside and out. Josh and the team at RE/MAX Empire are the seasoned pros you want on your side. They know how to navigate the market, make the right calls, and get you the best deal every time. So don't let a cut rate agent make a rookie mistake and fumble your financial future. Whether you're buying, selling, or just need some mortgage advice, these are the folks you want in your corner. So here's the play. Call Josh Jarbo, 502-216-7590, or check him out online at joshjarbo.remaxempireky.com. And here's a special offer just for you guys. Mention you heard it right here on 93.9 The Ville, and you're going to receive up to a $5,000 seller's credit. I'll leave you with this. Top-notch service might seem expensive, but poor service can cost you a fortune. Don't settle for less than the best.
Josh Jarbo, principal broker owner of RE/MAX Empire and co-founder of Modern Mortgage A to Z, NMLS number 2256125. Each office is independently owned and operated. Modern Mortgage A to Z is an equal house lender. Attention, Kentucky, looking for the best in Carhartt? Look no further than Shaheen's. We're proud to bring you Kentucky's biggest Carhartt selection all under one roof. From rugged workwear to everyday apparel, Shaheen's has it all. Jackets, bibs, pants, and shirts that work as hard as you do. Whether you're on the job, in the field, or just love Carhartt's iconic style, we've got the gear to keep you going. Stop in today and see why everyone's talking about our unbeatable selection and legendary customer service. Don't miss out. Visit one of two Shaheen's locations, 2604 Portland Avenue or 994 Breckenridge Lane in St. Matthews. Remember Shaheen's, Kentucky's Carhartt headquarters. Shaheen's, quality gear, family owned, always local.
Your home is your fortress, and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7964 today.
We are right in the heart of winter, so it's time to ask yourself if your heating system can make it to spring. So if you have any issue with your heat, or if you know it's time for a new system, then you need to call DFH Company today. Now until January 31st, when you buy a complete Train system, receive 18-month special financing. It's hard to stop a train, so call DFH Company today at 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. Subject to credit approval.
Kick the new year off with a fresh, clean home with zero-res air duct cleaning. You'd be surprised by the amount of dust and debris that is just circulating through your duct system in your home. I trust the pros at Zero-Res with my home. Right now, when you mention me or ESPN Louisville, you'll get $30 off your next air duct cleaning. And use code AIR30 when scheduling online at ZeroResLouisville.com.
Can y'all believe Kentucky was only 10 games ago?
ZeroREZ.com.
Hey, Card fans, attorney Sam Aguiar here, proud partner of UofL Athletics and ESPN Radio Louisville. Car wrecks can be a nightmare, and insurance companies are just going to make it worse. But when you're part of our team, we take care of those hassles.
Right until some stud busts us.
Thousands of Card fans get
A well-coached stud.
Claims.
Once they beat you go back to that.
So if you've been hurt in a car,
let's go get the
502-888-8888,
let's go find some studs.
or check us out online.
Yeah, the well-coached stud
and
is
Cards.
the one that knocks you out of
This is
the
Russ Smith, Mr. and Mrs.
Elite
Bourbon
Eight.
Company, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville.
Point being, people, if you see that snow, you saw the icicles and you know there's some damage, or you think there might be some damage, if you think there just might be some damage from the inclement weather, just remember your home is your fortress. Your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course, they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7964 today. So here's the thing. I don't want to be unfair. I put everybody in a tough spot as far as who will make, again, the moral of the story, the show's point, today's show's point was just for you to see what 11 games really is. Kentucky was 10 games ago, and you're a different looking animal from 10 games ago. This coach is coaching, the players are playing. And imagine in 11 more games how much better this team will be. 11 games from now. You can say only 11 games left, or you can say, damn, you still got 11 games to get better before you start the ACC tournament? You have a lot of games where you're going to be favored, and I don't really play the favored game too much, because the better you are and the higher you rank, the more you are of an opportunity for a team to get a resume stealing or building win and all that good stuff. All the psychology gets better. We're going to be patting you on your back if you keep winning and the streak keeps going. All that good stuff will factor into the difficulty of the remaining games. But the one constant you've seen for the last 10 games were improvement from game to game. If the score, even if the score is different, you've seen improvement. Shooting can change, you've still seen improvement. If I'm going to put a tag on most improved in 11 games, it's gonna have to be Kenai Ruth. Again, I don't think coach is seeing that he's going to have to be relying on him late. But this is just, like I said, my theory, just the size, speed, athleticism. You know, you knock down the corner shot, your value between helping out James, sinking into the paint to help on teams we might match up against, to have some more athleticism in the middle. If it's Kenai Roots, if he makes the biggest jump in the last 11 games, because listen, I'm never going to worry about Hadley. I'm never going to worry about Chucky. I'm never going to worry about Rain. I'm never going to worry about Terrence. I'm not going to worry about those guys. But if my back end improvement, makes the big 11 game jump, this is when you have the conversation with Steve. You say, put some money away and all that good stuff, because it's going to be a run at the end of the season. Nikki, that is going to do it. I hope everybody got the gist of it all. I hope I didn't get too basketball nerdy. I hope I didn't ramble too much. I get into my modes and I start doing the hypotheticals, and I lose my cool on the potential, and I try to regain perspective when you go back over the 9-game winning streak, and like how short of a time that is, or how long of a time that is with the improvement. Yeah, Nikki, you go ahead and play us out. Nikki, what do you got lined up on Bob's show today?
We got it's Touchdown Thursday. It's Paul Rogers with Pops the first 2 hours.
Okay, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
good people.
We got that cooking.
As always, 8150-93-9 is always the number. 3831-93-9 is always the text line. And normally, the YouTube channel's made for the Ville. Middays with Marcus, baby, 939 the Ville.